evening, my Facebook friends. It is 6 p.m. in Jamaica, but where I am, it's not 6 p.m. In fact, I am 7 hours ahead of you. And because of that, I've had to forego my live today and instead do a tape recording so that you'll be able to get it at 6 p.m. on Friday, this Friday. All right, well, good to be in touch. I'm traveling. I shall return on Monday, but I wanted to, as usual, touch base with you and to comment on one issue in particular, and that has to do with the issue of squatting, the issue that has arisen in Westmoreland. And I should start by saying that I hate that word squatting. I believe we should abolish that term. We do have many informal settlements, and many of these came out of slavery. When slavery was abolished in 1834 and finalized in 1838, there was compensation for the farmers, for the white settlers, but none for the slaves. And one of the reasons why I support vehemently, very firmly, the move for reparation is because of the tremendous injustice that was done to the slaves who became former slaves after 1834. Nothing was done to reward them for their labor. And in fact, when people express upset and anger for slavery, that is one of the remnants that continues today. Our slaves, our forebears, they were let out. They were, many of them, driven from the plantation. Many of them wanted to leave the plantation because they could not sustain any more indignities as they did for over 200 or more years. But they were not compensated. Nothing was provided for them. And they had to go elsewhere to live. They had to find places to live. And that's why the term squatting is so offensive. Yes, they formed informal settlements. And there has to be a far more sensitive way for us as a country, for the government, to approach this issue of informal settlements. There are thousands and thousands of Jamaicans, descendants from slavery, who live in these settlements. And I believe there are ways to be found. Let me state up front that I believe that people have rights, people have various rights, and one of such rights is that of property. We encourage our people to buy and own land, and so we respect that right, and we do not believe that people should lose their rights of ownership of property. And it is wrong if that were to happen. So I start